Okay, opening day in the books, a victory for the Mariners. We'll forget about our little tete-a-tete. I mean, I wasn't as thrilled with the 11 strikeouts and 5 singles. And
1-0, brother.
yeah, win is a win, and I think there's one thing we can totally agree on, and that is one of the, if not the best feel-good story for the Mariners in the offseason was the signing of Felix Hernandez, his emotional reaction to it at a press conference, unlike anything that we'd really ever seen before. He goes out, and I don't think anyone expected anything different from him. I don't think anyone thought he wasn't dead serious when he talked about, I will give maximum effort from this point forward. But to see him go out there and just dominate like he does, you know, with all the other stuff going on, you're hoping that this can happen for the Mariners and that can happen for the Mariners. One thing is still a very, very constant thing, and that is Felix Hernandez is as good as any right-hander in baseball.
Yeah, he was blowing through that lineup, and there are some hot spots in that lineup where you got to be careful, whether it's Cespedes or any of the other guys, or Reddick. He was having his way. 7 2/3. He had 8 strikeouts, just 3 hits, and John Jaso, former Mariner, battled him for a 10-pitch at-bat, and Felix gets it done, and that's even having given him a Rolex before the game.
Yeah, really. What's Jaso thinking?
Yeah, and Felix had a funny line saying, I was going to ask him what time it was. And, you know, it was, but I mean, Felix was Felix, and I think we've gotten to a point. You know, you and I talked about this on the show today, even with Brendan Ryan to a lesser extent, when they make that, you know, pirouette in the hole or makes a beautiful play, you kind of gotten spoiled, or almost to the point where that's what you expect. Yeah. Felix was very much like, yeah, that's him. But you forget how special he is and how consistent he is and how dominant he is, because you see it so often. And obviously nothing had changed since signing the contract. He's a guy who's very conscientious. He's very, very much in a way of feeling, you know, I owe it to the fan base. I owe it to Seattle to give my best. And he was so emphatic in that press conference about, I'm not going to let you down. I'll never let you down.
It was intense.
And he came out in midseason form. I mean, everything was working. His off-speed stuff was working. His breaking ball was working. His fastball was there. He was hitting his spots, and it was just a fun thing to watch. It was a great way to start the season, and hopefully he remains that guy throughout the season in terms of performance, and there's no reason to think he won't.
No, his ultimate humiliator is that changeup, man, which is something that he's picked up fairly recently. And, I mean, you see guys swinging through that with absolutely no chance. I mean, first game, 109 pitches, no walks.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Keep going, Felix.